Hello, my name is Addie. Welcome back to my channel. This week we are doing something very exciting. I'm starting to do at least one of these, like something random, chooses how I pick out what book I'm gonna read for the week. I want to do that about once a month for the Sunday reading vlogs. And this week I was inspired by watching a Sarah Caroli video, and it's essentially I made a Spotify playlist with 3 songs that correlate with a book on my TBR, and I'm going to randomly shuffle the playlist, and that is how we are going to pick the reads. I'm very excited. I picked out the songs by going on other people's like Spotify playlist for each of the books and like picking out like my 3 favorite songs from that playlist. Not sure if they correlate very well because I haven't read the books, but I'm hoping it works. And I am going to go through with you which songs I picked for which book. For Strange the Dreamer, I have Moonsong by Phoebe Bridgers, Perfect Places by Lorde, and The Archer by Taylor Swift. The next book is Leather and Lark by Bran Weaver. I have Bite by Troye Sivan, In My Feelings by Lana Del Rey, and Single by The Neighborhood. The next book is Mixed Signals by B.K. Borison. For this I have I Think He Knows by Taylor Swift, Late Night Talking by Harry Styles, and Stockholm Syndrome by One Direction. Next book is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. For that I have I Couldn't Be More in Love by The 1975, Friend by Gracie Abrams, and 7 by Taylor Swift. The next book I have is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. For this I have Mad Woman by Taylor Swift, I Know the End by Phoebe Bridgers, and What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish. Next book I have is Never by Jessa Hastings. For this I have Neverland by Zendaya, Cardigan by Taylor Swift, and Peter by Taylor Swift. Next option is Bridgerton, The Viscount Who Loved Me, and I have Speak Now by Taylor Swift, Bad Idea by Girl in Red, and The Heart Wants What It Wants by Selena Gomez. The next book I have is The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I have King by Florence and the Machine, In the Woods Somewhere by Hosier, and Doomsday by Lizzie Alpine. Next book is Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. I have The Last Great American Dynasty by Taylor Swift, Born to Die by Lana Del Rey, and Royals by Lorde. Next book I have is Glint by Raven Kennedy. For this I have Your Power by Billie Eilish, Runaway by Aurora, and Midas by Scott. The next book I have is Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling, and I'm on the 3rd one, The Prisoner of Azkaban. I've actually never read these before. And for this I have Daddy Issues by The Neighborhood, Ophelia by The Lumineers, and I Bet on Losing Dogs by Mitski. And the next book I have is Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. And for this I have Glory and Gore by Lorde, Angels Like You by Miley Cyrus, and Insomnia by Zayn. So that's the entire TBR. There isn't any really one that I'm like kind of hoping for right now. The only thing I will say is I'm like hoping to get a book, like a series. Like I want to keep reading some series that I'm in, so I'm hoping to get one of those. But other than that, I'm not in a super picky mood right now. So we're just gonna shuffle. The playlist is on random shuffle. The songs are really in no particular order, so let's just play them. Why am I scared? Oh wait, I know why I'm scared. This is what I got the one book that I was like, I'm genuinely kind of afraid of. Never. We got Cardigan, so since we got Cardigan, that correlates with Never by Jessa Hastings, and I've just heard not good things about this book at all. I bought it before I heard the things. I just love Jessa Hastings. This is the first book. I can't promise it's not going to be a DNF because just the things I've heard. So this is going to be the first book in this week's vlog. I have low expectations for it, but maybe that'll be good. Maybe I'll end up really enjoying it. But oh, I also forgot to mention that I think I'm gonna read 3 books in this vlog, so I'm gonna get going on this and see how I like it, and when I finish this we will shuffle the playlist again. guys, it is a couple days later now and kind of an unfortunate update. I'm about 120 pages into Never. I just can't finish it, guys. I tried. I've given it my all, truly. I really don't like this book. I have a lot of issues with it. The age gaps are making me really uncomfortable. It's like really weird. I don't like any of the characters. I don't know why Peter Pan is being written like this, and it's really disappointing because I love Jessa Hastings and I love her writing and I love the Magnolia Park series. I just don't love this, and I don't want to make myself read something I don't like because it's already, I can feel it putting me in a slump, and I don't like it at all. So I'm gonna read something else. I just don't like it. So the first book, kind of a fail. The Spotify playlist is not doing me good so far. Hopefully it can redeem itself. I don't really want to talk too much about this just because it's not for me. I don't personally enjoy it, but it could be for you. I don't want to hate on something that other people might love. All in all, this was not particularly my cup of tea, but maybe it could be yours, but just not a fan. It's like 9 o'clock and I just want to film this now because I want to read for a little bit for the rest of the night, and I just don't want to read that. So we're gonna go back on Spotify. Alrighty. I got the songs back on. I got my songs. I deleted all the Never songs. Let's pick the next book. I'm hoping, I need something like, this time I actually do have something in mind that I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for like a fantasy, like a good fantasy, like Strange the Dreamer, Warbreaker. I would really love to read Warbreaker right now. Or like The Handmaid's Tale. I just need something that makes me feel intelligent again. I need that. So let's check it out. I Know the End by Phoebe Bridgers is what we got. I Know the End correlates with The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, and this is actually crazy because I feel like reading these two books in the same video, like, it just feels wrong. I don't know why, because I feel like this is like a women's movement or women's commentary book. I feel like this brings women back like 100 years. So kind of strange, but I feel like this might be what I need after reading that. Like, but I feel like this will bring me back to feeling like a person with critical thinking skills again. I feel like that'll be good. So second book. Oh my god, look how many books she's written. That's crazy. I did not realize that she's written so much, but I've been really wanting to read this for a while now, so I'm really happy I'm getting to it. This is one of my mom's favorite books and she really wants me to watch the show with her. I'm looking forward to reading this, and I feel like this is a book that's gonna make me think really hard, and I feel like sometimes I'm craving that in the books I read, and it's definitely now is the time I'm craving that. Anyway, I'm gonna hop into this and I will hopefully give you guys more positive thoughts than the last book. a lot yesterday. I'm on page currently 154. I'm enjoying this book so much. I want to give you guys my thoughts a little bit because I have a lot of thoughts on this book. Like, I kind of wish I was like read this in high school, because I feel like if I did, like, there are a few books that I read in high school where I like immensely enjoyed them, and I really like The Great Gatsby. Honestly, I feel like that might be the only one I really enjoyed. Yeah, The Great Gatsby is my favorite, but I feel like this would have been, if I read it in high school, one that I really enjoyed. It's basically following this woman, Offred, who Offred's like not her real name, but like it's like her new name under this republic, and she's a handmaid. These handmaids are used, like, I think for like wealthy families who were unable to have children, so basically they use these handmaids like breeders. Like, the husband just like breeds with her, but then the baby is raised as like theirs. It is interesting to me because it takes place like a few years after the switch from like our society that like we live in to this new society. They're like the transitional generation. Like, they have like memories, and like they had like a full like fledged out life before having to switch to this life. It's also interesting because like there's a lot of references to like the way like women used to be, but like it's how we live now, and they talk about it in such like a hateful way of like how we live now, and it's like hearing them talk about like the way a lot of us live is very interesting. And like, I know that's kind of the point, but it's still something to note, I feel. I'm really enjoying this book. It's making my brain cells come back after reading Never. And I also like, I don't know why, like in my head, like, because I feel like this is like a modern day classic. People talk about it. People say it's a modern day classic, I think. So in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to read it. Like, I'm gonna be confused. I don't know why, classics just kind of scare me like that, but like it's kind of making me realize that I can read classics, and I want to like read more like, I don't know, like thought pieces. I don't know, like I have Pride and Prejudice and I've been so scared to read it, and I feel like I kind of want to read a couple classics. So maybe this will be the start of like my classic era, because like when I say I'm a reader, like people ask if I read like any of the classics, and I'm like, nope, not that kind of reader. I kind of want to be able to say that I have, because I want to be like a more fleshed out reader, and my goal for this year was to branch out into other genres, and I have ventured out into like a lot of high fantasy, which I've been proud of. I want to read all the genres. I want to read books like that. I feel like this is motivating me. So see, I have tabs and I've been underlining a lot. I think I'm gonna finish this today. I have a little under 150 pages to go, and I definitely think I can finish. I think now this morning I'm gonna make a new loaf of bread. I've talked about how I have a lot of health issues, and that means I cannot eat any store-bought bread, and bread is my favorite thing in the entire world. Like, I need bread. I love bread. So I just make my own. So I think we're gonna do that this morning, and it takes like an hour to bake. So we're gonna read while it bakes. Let's go make some bread. Guys, I have just finished The Handmaid's Tale. It was a roller coaster. It was crazy. Also, reading this after Never, I don't know what it did to my brain. I don't know if it was good. I feel exhaustion. Truly, like my brain is just like dead. But I want to read one more book for this reading vlog. I'm not ready to talk about this yet. I will talk about it. I need to let it digest. Like there's so many emotions that I'm feeling at once right now and I don't know how to describe them. I don't know how to talk about them. And I will. Don't you worry, I will talk about them. Just not right now. Let it be known, I have finished. But I'm someone who, like, when I finish a book, like, I let it digest for sure. Like, I don't usually, like, jump into a new book directly after finishing one, but I have to know what I'm reading next, because then it's all I'm thinking about. So we're gonna pick out what I'm reading next. So I'm gonna go to the song playlist. So far, this playlist has given me a DNF and, like, one of my new, like, a new favorite. So let's see what I get. I need something after that. I don't want like glint because, like, again, like I can't read any more of women being treated badly. I just don't have it in me. I feel like I need something sweet. Like I need like a rom-com or like just like a fun fantasy, like maybe Warbreaker or Strange the Dreamer. Like I need something a little fun, a little funky. Praying to the Spotify gods that they will give me what I want. Okay, I'm gonna show I don't know why I'm so scared for this third one. I think I just have such an idea of what like I'm feeling like right now. If I don't get it, I'm gonna be so sad. Okay. We have Speak Now, which is Bridgerton. Okay, yeah, that's like fine. It's not what I wanted, but it's also not what I didn't want. So I feel very indifferent towards it. So since we have Speak Now, it's actually the second book in the Bridgerton. It's One Thing About Me is I love a Regency romance. I didn't like the first one, but like I want to watch the show. Yeah, I feel like this will be like a good little brain break, something a little sweet after the last two books. I don't know what that has done to my psyche. I feel like something bad, probably. Both of them were so mentally draining in two completely opposite ways. So I'm glad we're ending this on like a fun little romance. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna read this tonight. I think I am going to start this in the morning. Nonetheless, I am excited. I've kind of like gotten on board with it now. Anyway, I've been blabbering for a while, so I think I'm gonna go to bed. I'm a little just very, very mentally tired now. And tomorrow I will talk more about The Handmaid's Tale when I have more coherent thoughts and opinions. It is the next day now and I want to give you guys, my thoughts are more coherent now. I feel a little calmer. I am about halfway through. I'm on page 220. Thoughts on this? I forgot how much I like Regency romances. I was complaining a tad about this book last night or a couple nights ago, but I'm not that mad about it. I like the Regency romance part of it. I just think the Bridgerton books are not personally for me. Like, I'm gonna finish it because like I'm enjoying it while I'm reading it. I just don't think I'm enjoying it enough to read like 6 more of these books. So I think this will be my last book in the Bridgerton journey. That's okay. I probably will still watch the show. It's going by super fast though. The print, it's like 450 pages long, and that's one thing too. I'm like, it does not need to be this long. There's no need, absolutely none, for it to be this long. I feel like with enemies to lovers, like this is a true like enemies to lovers. Like they're so mean to each other. Specifically, he is so mean to her, and I'm like, it's like giving bully romance. Maybe I'm just soft. I think I'm just like kind of like sensitive. I don't think it's not a real romance, but like that's how it's feeling right now, and I just don't like it. And I cannot, like, this storyline, I thought it was weird when it came out in the show, and I think it's weird now. The way he's courting her sister the entire time is diabolical. I just can't get over it. The way like he's like so hell-bent on her sister. No. It's so hard to read a romance when like you don't like the main guy, because you're like, no. Anyway, that's kind of all I have to say about this, but it's like fine. It's like entertaining me, I guess. That's kind of all I have to say. We're gonna finish it though this weekend. I'm leaving today for like a couple days, so I'm gonna read over when I'm gone, but when I'm back I should be done with it. So I'll give you guys an update in a couple days. I also want to talk about The Handmaid's Tale. I'm a little bit calmer now, and to be honest, the more I sit on it, the more I can't stop thinking about this book. I went on Goodreads and I saw like a ton of mixed reviews on it, and I think people either love it or hate it, and personally I loved it. But I saw a lot of people complaining about like the writing style, or like it felt choppy. It just felt like very all over the place, but which it did, but that's kind of what I liked about it, because it was from her point of view. This is a new like world for her. She is one of the first people to navigate this new way of life. It's incredibly terrifying. It's incredibly dehumanizing and demoralizing. It's traumatizing, and like she's kind of just like, the way it's described is she's telling the story like for herself, to keep her sane, kind of. She's telling the story like to make her feel like she has a little bit of control, and she like, it feels very real for someone going through these things to like be all over the place, for her thoughts to always be scattered and running wild, and that's what I like about it. So I understand why that's not for some people, because like it's definitely a choppy story, but I think it was intentional. It was done right, in my opinion. Also, another way that I know I really love this book is like, for the sake of the like these types of videos, I read one book at a time, but I usually read like 3 books at a time, because my mind cannot stay focused on one. Like, I'm really struggling with Bridgerton right now to like not want to pick up something else and like take a break from it. But I never had like the inkling once during this book that I wished I was reading something else, because that's just the way like I operate. I like to switch it up a little bit. Overall though, I'm really happy that I've read it now. Like, I feel like it's one of those books that like everyone should read. I could not recommend this book enough. I think it has inspired me to get into other classics. I feel like this is kind of like my little gateway, because I know this was like written in the 90s. I think so. Like, it's like a modern classic. I own Pride and Prejudice, so maybe next month that'll happen. Anyway, I rated this 5 stars. I have a little over 200 pages left of Bridgerton, so I will be reading this in the next couple of days, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts and let you know how the Spotify playlist did. Hi guys, I want to officially finish the reading vlog, because I have in fact finished The Viscount Who Loved Me. My feelings on it were like, it's okay. I don't have that much to say about it, because like it wasn't all that special to me. I think around halfway, like, I did not really have any strong desire to finish this book, but it wasn't like anything like DNF worthy like how Never was. Like, it wasn't really making me uncomfortable, and like there were parts that I found like fun and interesting. Like I had a fun time like in the present moment when I was reading it, but when I wasn't reading it I wasn't thinking about it, and I didn't actively want to pick it up. So I am giving this a 3-star, but it would probably teeter towards a 2.5, but I'm gonna do a 3-star to be nice. But I don't think the Bridgerton books, this is the second one I've tried, and I did not like the first one, but I wanted to give it another shot, and this one I definitely liked more than the first one. I think after giving it a second chance, I don't think it's for me, and it's kind of sad because I love just the Regency era, so I feel like this should totally be up my alley. It's just not, and that's okay. But I love how excited everyone gets for the show. Like, I love seeing all the Bridgerton edits, like how much everyone loves this show, and it makes me so excited to see, and I just love I love watching the excitement. So if this is anyone's, I know these books are like adored and the show is adored, and I understand why, and I think that's awesome. It's just not for me. I had fun. I had a fun time. I just don't think I'm going to continue with the Bridgerton series. This was like kind of successful. It was kind of fun. The song chooses. It was weird. Like it kind of brought me through the full range of emotions. Like 1 star, hated, didn't even finish, to 5 stars, could not stop thinking about, and like, okay, you know? My Spotify playlist was like, you're gonna feel all the emotions, you're gonna have every single feeling under the sun. And it kind of did. It was kind of disappointing. Like, I went into this video being like, I'm in a fantasy mood. Like, I've been in a fantasy mood for the entire week I've been filming this, and it didn't give, and I have a lot of fantasy on my TBR. It didn't give me one. Not one fantasy. I had fun doing a random chooses kind of thing. I haven't really done that since I like first started my channel. I think I only did one. I'm such a mood reader. I definitely can't do it all the time because I could feel myself getting slumpy at the end, and I'm just need something I'm in the mood for. But for the time, it's kind of fun. It was fun making the playlist. It was fun like associating each book to a song, and yeah, I had a good time. It was fun seeing like which books I was gonna get. If you guys have any other suggestions on like random ways to like pick out my books for my reading vlogs, I would absolutely love to hear them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's reading vlog. And if you guys like this video, if you like my reading vlogs, please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.